Okay, so let the people join. Uh, Let me send the reminder. Just give me 2 minutes. Meanwhile, if you have any kind of a questions on Dynamo or automation, just to drop it in the chat box so that I'll get back to you. Okay. So anyway, no questions, anyone? No, not at the cost. If you're just it's 8:31. Just 2 more minutes. Let me send it to everyone. That's enough. Well, can you see my screen? Everyone, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, we
Perfect.
can.
So, do you need any intro of me, or shall we directly proceed with? I mean, if you have already attended my workshops before, then I don't think so. I don't want, I don't, I don't give my intro here. Or else, if you really want to know, let me know. Do you need my introduction? I hope most of
Yes,
you.
sir. Please, please.
Okay, actually, this BIMER Academy, it's purely like will focus on the working professionals where they are learning, where their learnings like into the advanced tools, like how they are going to implement like artificial intelligence tools and API tools, okay, and the advanced like AR, VR, like augmented reality, virtual reality, the mixed reality. So BIMER Academy will be completely focusing on the advanced upskilling programs. Okay. So if a tool we know that that's going to be really required in the industry, so we'll focus on that. Okay, like 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D. Okay, so all kind of applications, all kind of but the languages will be you can comment on here. Okay, and we focus on the spoon feeding training Okay. Since like we are starting a new Dynamo batch, which is our 60th batch. So far, we have taken like 15 batches. So the Dynamo, which is going to be like a 60th one, let's say like we say something, no? 60th one, something. There is a name actually. Okay, so 60, like we celebrate a 60th anniversary or something, no? Something sort of. Okay, so this is our like 60th training we are going to start. And we have around like a 30 to 40 people in every batch. So it means if you calculate 30 into 60 batches, we have almost like 1800. Not that we have trained more than 1400 plus candidates so far, only on Dynamo. API, there are 800 plus something. And when it comes to the add-in creation, we have not even 50, 60 people add-in creation because it's very complicated. Okay, like if you see the learning journey, the Dynamo can anyone can learn Dynamo because it's not a programming tool. You can easily learn that. Anyone can. If you pull your kid and let him sit with you, and if you started learning together, you both will be on the same track. You understand? And like frankly, your kid can understand better than you. You have some sort of thing. Okay. So after the Dynamo, we'll call it as a Revit API. I think you heard about these terms before, like Dynamo and Revit API. So we have Revit API in two ways again. So Revit API with Python and Revit API with the C Sharp. So Revit API with Python is very simple, which we are going to implement in the Dynamo itself. But Revit API with C Sharp, I mean, that's a third level of, that's a third level. I mean, that's a third step you're supposed to be. And that's a last step actually. Okay. So that's going to be last step. So just give me a minute. I have got an API in Dynamo. Okay. So you have a three levels. For example, if you have there's three steps. So the level three, like add-ins, creating the add-ins is the final step. So here API comes, API with Python comes. Okay. And here it's a Dynamo. So first step, who doesn't know anything about the coding, so they required a Dynamo here. Okay, someone is drawing here on my screen. Huh? Who's that? Okay, so we are specialized in automation since Bimera is an automation company. We have provided almost like 150 add-ins to our clients, 150 plus add-ins to our clients, and Dynamo scripts and Python scripts are unlimited. Okay, we generally don't share anything on our LinkedIn profiles or something because we are doing a business with it. So we can't provide anything like free. When we started our career in 2019, we used to provide a lot of add-ins for free of cost in just like that. Okay. We just build for like 2 to 3 days and we keep on sharing to promote our whenever we started getting into the industry, like into the companies. So that's not ethical, sharing progressive content for free of cost in the market. Okay. So hence like we didn't do that. And when it comes to the tutor, it will be me. Okay. So I'm going to be a tutor if the training will be, I mean, if you're a part of a training. I have total 14 years experience in this industry. When it comes to the coding and development side, I'm having total 7 plus years, and I know 6 languages. I'm still learning new languages uh, because I have another company called AI Labs, which is a SaaS company, which we works on artificial intelligence. Okay, so even when it comes to our Dynamo training, why this is Dynamo with ChatGPT? Because we know we are wasting a lot of time when we are working from the morning day. I mean, morning 9 to 6. We know we keep on doing the same tasks, and the engineer have come and give me some inputs. So I just superimposed onto the Revit and work on it. Then later on, there will be some sort of changes again in AutoCAD. Adding elements or deleting elements will keep on. It's completely rework. So to avoid that kind of a rework, it's a first use case of Dynamo. Okay, for example, there is a layout, and let's say on first floor plan, initially we have a 400 elements. We have a 400 elements. So that 400 elements I have placed and named it also. Later on, my engineer have come and he asked me, Rajesh, can we uh, just give me a minute, right? Okay. So he come and asked me like, we have to delete like 20 elements out of it. So deleting is not a problem. I can simply delete, but the tags we have already assigned to it needs to replace it again, needs to rename it again. So again, he has come and asked me to add 30 elements. This is completely like a sort of a donkey work. Understand? So we have to avoid all this. And the industry is looking into it, into these kind of a profiles only, into these kind of a profiles. Moreover, like, the people who are very eager to, save a time onto their projects, save time onto their projects, and they have learned something. So adding an additional skill will not be affect your career at anymore, and you're not starting from the scratch also. Your experience remain, they will consider, and they will add some, additional. I mean, if you're already getting like 5 lakhs, you're not starting with like 3 lakhs again. So it will be added like 3 lakhs to it, and you will be start getting the 8 LBA. If you're getting 5, if you're getting 8, 12. So we're getting 12, 16. So this is how it will be using, because automation has that power. Okay. Well, so we have developed a lot. Okay. And today is actually, it's not a workshop. This is sort of a training, because when I talk to few people, like yesterday and day before yesterday, my team was completely taking calls, and I have received one complete inquiry. Rajesh, all the demos were really, impressive. I mean, not only yours. If I join any workshop, so they are like impressive. Can I have your live training for one day? We just want to see like live training for. We have run a poll as well. We have run a poll, and most of them have chose like they don't want the workshop. They would like to see how the training will be. Then they'll decide. Are, come on, Maharaj, I keep on writing something. I don't know how do I stop this annotating. Um, Disable edition for this. Okay, now I get. Okay, so this is going to be like a one day training. And second day, I mean tomorrow, I'm going to show you how we are going to implement this. And I'm not going to make you bored here. So the first concept that we are going to learn today is actually, oh, I close this up. Um, for an example, I have this. Can I pick this? Okay, I want to change. I want to change the airflow. I want to change the airflow of this air terminal. So where is the airflow? Here is an airflow. It's 100 CFM. If I want to change this CFM value to another number, let's say 200 CFM, without, without rivet. So how do I do that? Not only one, because the elements, the A terminals which are on level 1, they have a different CFM. They have a different CFM, and based on the duct sizes, they have a different CFMs. So anything I can, based on my logic, I want to play with some sort of a uh, values, some sort of a parameters in bulk. How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay. So the first concept in Dynamo, where, I mean, if you join any training institute for learning Python or C or something, they start with a concept called data types. They start with a concept called data types. Even we are starting that. Because if you are very confident on the data types, from on the third or fourth day itself, you started playing with your own scripts. Seriously, I'm not joking. I mean, it's my promise. Uh, the day four, I mean, you will be creating your own scripts, doing sort of a stuff like how do you rename, how do you change the values, like how to set the elements, how do you set the values from, I mean, if you want to change, for example, if I have an electrical fixtures at 1300 and later on you have an instruction, so how the electrical fixtures have to be, set to the 1425 something, or else the electrical fixtures we have at 150, they supposed to be at 350. So if you want to pick all the electrical fixtures, so you don't have any conditions in the Revit, pick at 135 or 150 something. So you have to tell that clearly. All the electrical fixtures were placed in the model at 135 height. They supposed to be in 150. 150. Rest of the electrical sockets which are already at 1350, they don't know, they don't disturbed. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. So with the help of Dynamo. So let's see. I mean, uh, Dynamo is very simple if you understand the data. If you understand the data, what it is exactly, you can easily sort it out and you can manipulate the data easily. Okay. So first, where is this? In the manage, in the visual programming panel, it's not programming again. It's saying that a visual programming. So when I just click on the Dynamo, when I just click on Dynamo, so now, what is your specialty in our training is you can create, generally if you are alone without any assistant, okay, you can create maximum like one or two scripts in a day, to be frank, okay. But if you are, having a like assistant, if you're having an assistant and which is helping you, um, like with the complete process, you just like a toy. There is a someone on you who is helping you as a dynamo expert. As a dynamo expert, who is that person? It's not me. Seriously, it's not me. It's AI, artificial intelligence. We are calling it as a Bimera GPT. Bimera GPT. Bimera GPT. This is our own platform, which is developed for our students, those who wants to, learn automation stuff. Okay, or else like if you are a manager, if you get stuck somewhere, if you don't know like how to write a BEV, it will help you to write even the BEV also. Understand? This is completely for like the people. So this complete interface looks like a chat GPT. Okay, the chat GPT, and we are using like not only the chat GPT 4.0, it's not only 4.0, we are using some other different LLM models to get our scripts very accurate than the chat GPT. And we have integrated many LLMs in it. Even Gemini is also there, and Clady is also there, and Palm 2 is there. So these are called LLM models, language models. Okay, so we'll come to this later. Let this Dynamo open. Now, today's concept, I'm going to finish it off. Okay, so try to understand. We have a concept called data types. We have a concept called data types. If you want to play with Dynamo effectively, this concept will be like heart of this entire, I mean, of in our entire training. Okay, since based on the move, we will have requested to take the training, the first day training. Like, I just want to see how. So, generally, I don't disclose this. Uh, I don't take this kind of a training if it is not a training. Okay, if I mean, I generally don't take this kind of workshops if it's not a training. Okay, so we have when I read. So this is our properties palette, guys. We know that this is our properties palette for our BIM modeler and senior modeler and coordinators and managers. But we have another properties palette. I'll show you in some time. Okay. So these are nothing. This information what we have in this properties palette and this edit type properties, they are not even 5% of the actual parameters we have. Seriously, I'll show you. Okay. So I'll just place it back. And on the left hand side, view scale, detail level, parts visibility, and graphic display options and display, and all of them are like parameter names. We know that. But in terms of Dynamo, we'll call that as a variable names. Parameter name, we are just renaming. Our pronunciation will be something different, like instead of parameter name, we just call that as a variable name. Variable name. Okay. And the right hand side, the one we have called parameter values. Parameter values. So we will call this as a variable value. Variable value. We are value. Okay. So every value has its own data type. Data type means in the sense it looks like a number. So number is a different data type. This looks 96 is looks like a number. This is looking like a text. This is looking like a text. This is looking like a button. Button, text, 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 button, boolean. So it's like a checkbox. Checkbox, text, checkbox, 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 number, text, checkbox. So button, checkbox, text, number, text, button, and the text, empty, something. It's not there, it is null. It is empty. Okay. Empty is also a data type. Okay. Let's call it as an empty or null. So text. So while I keep on pronouncing, we don't have a number of. We have seen number. We have seen numbers, text, and button and checkbox and null. I mean, like empty. Did we see anything else? No, right? No, right? Did you see anything else new here? No, guys. Did you see anything else? No, right? Come on,
No,
please
no,
speak
no,
up.
no.
No, sir.
Huh?
Yes.
No, right? So how do you handle all this now? I want to play with, for example, if I just pick uh, any element, let's say I'll pick a terminal. If I pick an a terminal, again, we'll see the same thing. A text, number, a text, number, text, number. This F is not actually a text. This is a number only. Okay, this is also a number. Even though you have a text over there, it looks like a text, but it is not a text. We'll see now. Okay, if you can able to play with all these parameters, you are almost on the track. But understanding, is something. No, it's not that easy. Okay, well, first of all, how do you call this numbers? We'll call it as an integer and we'll call this as a double. We'll call this as an integer and we'll call this as a double. Text we'll call this as a string. And buttons, keep it aside for now. Sometimes this is part of like UI or element ID. Okay, we'll see this later. Checkbox will call it as booleans. So null will call it as a null. I mean empty values. If there is no value, if there is no value, we'll call it as a null. We'll call it as a null. So these are the data types we have. So how do you use this and understand the narrative. For example, I have this. How to pick this model element? Select model element. So I'm telling that very clearly. Can you please select the model element? I just selected here. So this is saying like you have picked a 12 into 12 inch, the A terminal. That's a 12 into 12 inch A terminal. Now, if I want to know the name of it, if I want to just know the name of it, or else I want to know where the location is, the location of it, or the name of it, or the ID of it, or else the system type of it, or else the level of it, or the location of it. So if you want to know all this kind of stuff, we will be writing like a dot. I need something. I need ID, dot ID. I need a name, dot name. I need a location, location, get location. I need dot. I just need what? I just need what? Hmm, what else we have? Height. I need dot length. Okay. I just need like type of this. I just want to know what kind of family is this. I just want to know what is the specification, what is the flow of this. I just want to know size of this. I just want to know pressure drop or else phase of it or work set of it. So we are using like the dot in front of what I exactly need. Guys, I hope you understand what I'm trying to convey here. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
if I need any information, so there is a concept in a coding to make our understanding more easy. I'm explaining you this. We have a dot process. So after the dot, whatever you ask, it's going to give you. But what do you exactly need? Do you need this ID for the dirt? Do you need the ID for a tray? Do you need the ID of a pipe? Do you need the ID of a wall? What do you need exactly? For now, it could be anything. I just need an element. I'm already having an element here, and element is waiting. And element is waiting to get the, instruction. I mean, to get the data. So I will type the element. I have an element. Can you please get the ID of it? Can you please get the ID of it? I have an element. Can you please get the name of it? I have an element to get the location. I have an element to get the height. I have an element to get the length. I have an element to get the type. I have an element to get the family, to get the flow, to get the size, to get the work set. Guys, are you clear now? Are you clear
yes.
now? Are you
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
now?
yeah.
I type element and put a dot next to it, you will find a lot of nodes here. And I don't take a training on this library because this is not for us. This is not for us, not for beginner students. We have a dedicated one and a very detailed, which makes our node finding. This process is called actually node finding. And if you really keep on searching, I mean, if you want to, I mean, if you're expecting a node which is already there in it, someone told you, "Arey, there is a node, but I'm not sure from which package it is." Just find it. To find that particular node itself, you will kill 1 hour. Seriously, the reason you have to apply strategies to 5 to 6 different strategies to get that node. If you don't know these 5 strategies, you will never get the node. And you consider there is no such nodes, and you just simply relax and do your routine work again, like manual stuff. For us, then what is the style of searching for? Control F. Control F. This is for our beginner students. This is for our beginner students. Understand? And this is a find your node function. I mean, extension. So if I simply type element, if I want to just play with an element, you no need to ask anything. You want to play with an element, that's it. It's going to show you all the nodes, which is going to, no, which is going to exactly give you all the functions. Do you want me to collect all the element types? It will. It is a part of a element. I mean, it is a extension of a element, extension of this extension. I mean, the connecting one of this. Okay, so elements by ID. Oh, is it? If you connect an ID, it's going to give you the elements. So this is like to help you how you are going to utilize this element. So element dot isolate. If you connect an element, so that will isolate that in the particular. You see, can you see that all the elements got hidden now? Are you clear? Are you clear? So elements dot isolate, elements dot delete. This is going to delete the elements. How is it? If you want to add, I mean, if you connect element to this, it will create a group. So if I connect this, so that's going to be created in a group now. Of course, you can't see the group. I mean, until unless we free that. Okay. So that's in a group now. And if I want to delete that elements, simply delete. Okay. Let me uh, undo that here. I have I got my element back. So elements dot painted. So we have a lot of functions. Even we don't know we have such functions or not. If somebody come and ask me, Rajay, I mean Kumar, can we do this? Even I'm not sure because I have the function. I already have set of nodes which do that kind of functions, but I'm not sure because I haven't, gone through it before. But with the help of this node, when you type an element, you can see all the functions. There are thousands of. There are thousands of. Even they are in this library also, but you can't find those. That's really a time consuming thing to save your time. For example, no, if I want to play with a work set, I'll just type work set here. I got some hundreds of nodes. Okay, but if I type a work set here, I'll get only 20. I'll get 20. If you want to get the rest of the 80, I mean the 80, rest of the 80 set of nodes, then you have to apply the five different strategies next to it. Five different strategies next to the work set. If you don't know, you can't get all this. You may miss one or two. Understand? Okay. Even though we are using this find you node, even you see like hundreds, still I feel sometimes something is missing. Understand? Because of instead of work set, if I type work sets by mistaken, see some of the nodes are missing here. Then later I realized, okay, I have to type work set. See, I have more functions now. So node finding is a very, very difficult concept. Okay. So I'm going to explain you like how, what we are going to learn in the Dynamo in our training. Okay. So this is not at all a commercial set of training, guys. Your success is my highest priority. Okay. This is complete like a spoon feeding training. Like I'll treat you like my brother and explain every single concept until unless you understand. If you're a slow learner, don't worry. Okay, we'll sit on the weekends. It's not my promises like a politician. We are doing it every weekend. We have a Q&A session. I mean, especially the people who are slow learners or they have a more doubts and they feel shy to ask in front of them. So this training is especially for you because it's my own company. I never want to let's go my standards down at any cost. Understand? So if you join until unless I place you in set of a rule, I mean set of a companies, I'll still with you. Okay, if you have a questions even after 5 years also, you come and text me because when I started my company in 2019, still if there are any new amendments or added into the Dynamo or API, still students text me, Rajesh, I have created a script in 2019. Now it's saying the function is not no more. I mean, it's saying it's a deprecated. Is there any? Then I'll simply text them the new function. So that it is simply replaced it. The guy who have paid like that time, it was like 10,000 or 15,000 the course fee. Understand? It was like 10 hours training. When we had changed this to 15 hours training, it was 25. From there in 2019 till 2025, it's still 25,000 only, the course fee. Understand? Okay, when it comes to the training hours, it was 15 hours before, now it is 60 hours. Why should I increase the hours? It's not even 60, it's more than that now. 60 plus. If you keep on, if you kill my Q&A sessions, it's beyond than 60. I really don't care about I'm not a hurry trainer. Okay. Until unless if I expected to finish like a 10 concepts today, if I finished only three, I don't ignore the seven because my day is over. So these seven topics are supposed to be explained. No, these seven topics will be explained on the next day. Because it's my training. I'm pretty clear. And I have a mark with saying like if you go to any kind of an interview, which is on the Dynamo or APS side, so far no students have backstep. And no one saying like Rajesh, I have rejected. The reason I'll sit with them in front of, before their interview, just like on virtual, like face to face, and then I'll explain everything, every single thing, and if there are any, and if I know the company what it is exactly, because like we are like hiring partner for most of the companies, so I do take very very special care, even after 5 years, because you are going to be my lead again later, because if I place you in companies, they'll pay me. That's business anyways. Okay, but I don't see that in that perspective, like in a relation. Okay, simple. Okay, so you can call me bro. I don't like calling sir or something. Okay, so just call me bro. All of our students will call me as a bro only. Okay, and uh, this is completely like a spoon feed training. That's what I can say. And don't waste your time spending on your self learning. I appreciate the self learning seriously, but I've seen many people. I mean, recently, 5 days back before, like, I was acting like a hiring partner for a company. All of them are showing like 1.5 years of experience on Dynamo. They couldn't even solve a small thing. Small, I mean, the people, I mean, our students in the fifth day, sixth day, they'll do that. They simply do that. But these guys are not even able to create the same script. They took 60 minutes. They took completely 60 minutes, and they feel proud they finished the Dynamo script. That just take like 5 minutes to finish it. Understand? Okay. So don't be that in, I appreciate it, like seriously. I mean self-learning. But you are really wasting your time. Okay. I'm not saying anything. Okay. You have to see the financially as well. Pay in installments. Okay. Or else like pay through a credit card and convert into 6 EMIs. So that makes sense again. But don't procrastinate like you are success for any kind of reason. Our future is on the BIM automation. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, so elements dot delete. Why we have this? As I told you, while I'm finding a node, we have a five different of strategies. So this dot process is one of the strategy, and I'm sure you can't get this. I'm sure you cannot get this. If I want to get the section box, element dot section box will not work. Element dot view name will not work. Element dot annotation crop will not work. There are certain rules you have to follow. Okay. Now, for example, I just picked an element, and I want to see the parameters. Again, parameters, parameters. If I have an element, simply I'll type element here. So element dot parameters, element dot parameters here. So parameters, element dot, oh, this is, okay. I have a thing here. Let me show you element dot parameters. I have an element dot parameter. Which is the right one? Can you guess? Which is the right one? If I connect an element to one of these two set of nodes, one should work, the another one will not. Which is the right one? Come on, tell me.
The geometry dot parameter.
Okay. Come on, give your views. There's nothing personal.
I
We
think
don't know
both
each
are the
other, no?
correct. I think both are
Correct?
correct. Because input are asking for element and there is a element for two. Both of
Nice logic. Nice logic. Okay, that's 90% the logic is correct. Okay. And let me see whether they are correct or not. If I connect element to this element or parameters, it's giving me the parameter because this is expecting an element. What is that? What I mean, how do you come to know what a node is expecting? If I split, generally, let's do anatomy. Anatomy, like anatomy in the sense what? Coach anatomy. I need a small image. Okay, I would like to see that. Okay, actually, what happened, anatomy in the sense like if I have something, a reptile, I mean, like a lizard or a snake or a cockroach or something. So I'll cut and, I will see what are the complete structure in it, like the organic structure, organ structure on it. And once I know everything, then I'll stitch it back. So it is as same, we have an anatomy. If you don't understand the node anatomy, you can't handle the nodes. Seriously, okay? So out from that, if I split every node into the two parts, the left-hand side will call it as an input because it is expecting some inputs to be connected. And the output will be something because if you connect something, it will come as an output as something else. I've connected something. In between, there is a function inside the node. You just connected red color and that has returned an yellow color. So the functions, something happened with, executed, which shows on a blue. Okay. So here, again, I have connected an element to this and I have got something, the parameters again. Okay. So what you are connecting to it and what you are getting out of it. Okay. Well, let me see, as per your statement, can I use all those? Why it isn't working? Because it is expecting element and this is giving an element. This is expecting an element and this is giving an element. But still it is saying that geometry.parameters operation failed. Apparently you're trying to use a structural design package. Oh, what is the structural design package? It could be anything. Fine. Okay. So actually it's supposed to work, but sometimes it won't work and it will disappoint you and disguise you. Okay. Finding an alternative node is another step of our success because I have created this script long back. I've created this long back. It was worked before, but now it isn't working. So you have to find an alternative node to fix it off. Understand? So this is a node finding, the one which we're seeing, and the alternative node finding. If one isn't fixed to you, I mean, if you're not able to repair it, then replace it. Simple. Okay. If you can't repair, simply replace. Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
Is it clear? This concept is called like a alternative node finding. Okay. Well, so I have a parameters now. I want to play with one of the parameter. Let's say this isn't working. We'll see in the training why it isn't working. We'll see that later. Okay. So I have all these parameters. All these parameters. I have only 50 parameters. That's it. Including the Kobe parameters. Okay. Fine. Rajesh, you told me that for developers, we have another properties palette. What was that? Yes. So I just pick some element and I'll go to, uh, is that here on this? Oh, I didn't install that in this machine. Is it? Okay. So it's called a Rivet lookup tool. I think I can install it now. Just give me a minute, but I have to restart the Rivet. No, we'll do that later. I'll show you in the end of the training. Okay. So there is a tool called Rivet lookup tool. Okay. So where you can find a lot of the actual parameters behind every element. Okay. So now I want to play with, now I want to play with, I want to change the schedule level from L1. I just click HR. So I would like to change this level from, first of all, let me change this mark value from 502 to 500 something. Okay. How do I change that? Let's say get parameter value by name, get parameter value by name. This one. When I connect an element to the element, I can take number of connections from the same input. You can take thousands of connections, okay, from one input, no limit, but you can't connect more than one to an input, okay. So if you connect something to this, the first one will be disconnected. So element, it is asking the parameter name. It is asking a parameter name. So when you hover the cursor on this, it is saying what it is actually expecting. Most of the nodes will show you something, but we don't notice it. We don't notice it what it is actually expecting, and lack of information, you don't know what to connect. You seriously don't know what to connect. Okay. So here it is expecting repeat dot elements dot element. So we have to consider the last, you know, just give me a minute, let me take a screenshot. Okay. So repeat dot elements dot element. So you have to consider the last one, guys. So you have to consider the last one here, the element. Oh, then you decide, okay, that is expecting an element. Then what is this? Why you are telling me not to consider this? Because it's just like a path. It's just like a path. It is a path of it. Actually, where is this? I mean, where you getting this, node from Revit and elements and element. Okay. And that's a path. Okay. And it's clearly saying it is expecting a element. The last one you have to consider. Okay. And when I hover the cursor on this, it is saying the name of the parameter whose value you want to obtain, and it is a string. Oh, is that? Okay, fine. I'll just go to this library and I'll type a string and connect the string to this. And what do you want me to write now? The parameter name of this element. Check, do you have any other parameter? Let's say mark. Let's say mark. I'll type mark and connect this to this. Connect this to this, and you will get something. It's saying like 502. It's saying it's like 502. Okay, fine. What do you do with this 502? I just want to change the number. Okay, how to change the number? Like how we have a node to get the parameter. We are clearly saying that if I have an element, I mean, if you connect me an element and the parameter name, I'll get that parameter value by its parameter name. By its parameter name. I will get you the parameter value. I'll get the parameter value by its parameter name. So it is asking the parameter name. You have to frame your sentence. Otherwise, you can't understand the node, the node names. You can't understand. You have to frame. You have to frame yourself. Otherwise, it's very hard. Okay. Let's say set parameter by name. I have set parameter by name, set parameter value by name, set parameter value by name. There are multiple. So which is the right one? Pick anything. Okay. And check which is actually working. So this is expecting an element. I connect the element to this element. This is called wire actually. It's called a wire. So have to connect the correct wire to this. And the parameter name. I want to change the mark parameter only. I want to change the value of the mark parameter. So I'll simply connect this to this. Now I want to change the value. So what is the value before? It's 502. What is the actual value we need now? It's a 500, correct? So 500 is what? What type of a data type is the 500 based on this strategy? 500, is that a number or a text or a button or a
Integer,
checkbox?
integer,
It is a number. Okay, it's a number. If you have uh this is like 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is called integer. But if you have 1 2 3.456, if you have a decimal value, this decimal value, if you have a decimal value in your number, that will be called it as a double. Both are numbers only, but the way we pronounce it's different. We'll call this as an integer and we'll call this as a double. Clear? Clear, everyone? So this is an integer. This is an integer, and I'll connect a number. I'll write a number. I'll write a number and I'll set 500 to this and connect to it. Will it work now? Will that work? Come on, tell me, will that work?
I think yes.
Correct? So when I try that, oh, there is a warning, not error. Orange color, no, I mean, orange color represents the warning. No, don't call it as an error. Okay. So when I hover the cursor on this, it's saying element.set parameter by name operation has failed. Okay, I know, but why? The parameter storage step is not a number, but it is a number only here. That's the reason I have connected a number. Why you're saying that it's not the storage step is not a number? Then, if I want to know what is the storage time? Is there any way? If I know the way, I can simply change the value. Correct? Am I right? Because we have only 5 data types. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. UI and element IDs, we'll see actually they're not part of it. We'll call it as a different data types. They're called application data types. Okay. These are general. If you join any training program like Python, if you start a Python, if you start a Ruby, if you start a C Sharp, so we'll teach integer, double UI, okay, integer, double, string, and boolean, and null, and list. I mean, if you want to play with list of items, and then list will be okay. So we have 5 now. Cool. So what is this expecting? I know 500 is a number, so I have connected it. How do I come to know what is the storage type of this? I have a value. I have a value. I have a value. I just want to know the type. So object dot type. Object dot type. Check here now. Check here. If I connect this to this, oh, that is a string. I think if I change the number to the 500, it is accepting. It is accepting, but it is taking it as a string. It's taking that it as a string. Okay. So if I change this like to 600 or something, anything, let me change this to 1000, not with a number, with a string node. Oh, so I have to copy the same string again. I'll type to 15. I'll change this to the 1500. And if I set that, it's changing to 1500. Do you see that now? Do you see that? If I change that to the BIM error, I can say it's BIM error. Guys, are you clear? Are you clear? Are you clear?
yes, clear.
This is clear. So you have to understand the type of it. Then only you can able to play with. Okay. Now let me show you some other. I have an element and I have another parameter called schedulable. Schedule level. Okay, that's cool. I wanna. What is this? It's a text. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
So I would like to change that to the parking. So I have typed parking here. And when I simply connect this to this, it's not changing to the parking. And instead, it is showing me uh, a different warning again. The parameter storage type is not a string. Why? This clearly looks like a text. So that is the reason I have connected. If I would like to know control C, control V, oh, that is actually a level. See, you have to read the last one. You have to read the last one, not the complete beginning. It's clearly saying you that it is a level. Oh, then how do I pick? Like how we have a number node and how we have a string node, we have some sort of a dedicated nodes. If I type level, I'll get something here, levels. See, I have a levels node. I will pick the parking here. Okay. Then if I connect this to this, see, it's changed to the parking now. It's changing to the parking. What if I change this to the L4? It's L4. Of course, elevation is changing by itself. Okay, still the element is in the same position. If you want to change that, there is another style of play. Okay, so for now, focus on MN. Okay, so you have to focus on the last one. So based on the last data, based on the last text, you have to understand what it is actually expecting and what you need to be connected. Are you clear? Are you clear, everyone? Are
Yes.
you clear, everyone here?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me what is the value here? Flow. Is that a integer or a double or a string? Come on. Come on. No idea? Check then here. 100 and it's a double. Got it? But Rajesh, we have a CFM also, na? Then it's supposed to be like a text. Actually, CFM is a unit. INWC is also a unit. And do you have any units here? Nothing. Okay. For some of the parameters, like we have a units. So we won't consider the units as a text. If I change this 100 CFM to, and what is it? It's a double. So double in the sense it's a number. Pick it and change the value to 200. 200 and connect this to this. So it has changed to the 200. So this is the way you are going to play with elements and its data. If you understand the data type of it. Guys, are you clear? Are you clear here?
Yes.
So you have to understand like what is an integer and what is a double and what is a string. Okay. So, I mean, have you faced any, generally the same concept I take like 2 days, 2 to 3 days, the same concept what I have explained you now, so that you understand like how the training will be in detail. Okay, I just have explained you in just like 30-45 minutes, 30-40 minutes. But the same concept, we do take it for 2 days with more examples, with the practical issues. I mean, I just avoided few of the issues here. Okay, but actually while you're playing by yourself, you will face some sort of an issues. So those issues will be explained and I'll show you how to fix those. And this will take like 2 to 3 days to explain the complete concept called data types. Is that clear? Guys, are you clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So not only here, like we have a lot of, I mean, why people are not able to, stepping into this Dynamo because of they have a fear. Because if I have done something wrong, if the model got disturbed, my coordinator will kill me, my manager will, like blame me in front of everyone and stop thinking in this way. Because while I'm talking to a people, they're saying all these reasons. Why you do that mistakes, man? I mean, if you're doing with enough knowledge, of course you'll get it. But I'm going to transform my complete 7 years of experience in just 60 hours. It's not, I mean, after the training, you will be like me. You will never do the mistake. Trust me. And you'll know how to handle each and every single node. And it's my promise. I'll mark my words. You go and read reviews. I mean, if you haven't, go and read reviews, Bimera reviews. You will come to know how the training will be. Okay. Read the reviews. Okay. For example, if you don't understand a concept, you have done a training and you still like, unclear with the concepts, we will allow you to join the next batch as well. Understand? If you are a slow learner, even if I keep on sit with you, so far it wasn't happened, but I'm promising you that I will allow you to sit with, I mean, in every batch, I explain the same concept, but with different examples. In one batch, like, they will ask, Rajesh, can you please explain this concept with um, architecture example? Can you please explain this with the structure example? In the next batch, it could be a ducting or like, like piping or something. It could be anything. Understand? So this is how the entire training will be. Understand? We will sit for more days until unless you understand the complete, no, the training. Understand? Until unless we finish the training and you understand each and every single concept, I never end the program. Okay. So this is what I promise. Okay. And this is completely like online training. And this is on weekdays after your office hours, like 8:30, like how you joined today. So 8:30 to 10:30. It's 2 hours. Every day we have a new movie. The first 15 minutes and last 15 minutes, it's a Q&A part. Like you can come and ask your doubts. Okay, you can clear your doubts. Or if you're still not, we have a sweet dot goes on. I'm sorry. So we have a page where you can find, I mean, this page link is keep on changing from batch to batch. Okay. So if you have posted something here, so I will be replying you. I'll be replying you instantly either in the session or else I'll share it with, I mean, these are the questions, students. And my students have been, started playing. It's around like 20 days over, and we are in a week time we are going to finish this training, and they are playing with the very complicated scripts like placing the elements onto the ceilings just effortlessly. They just simply load the cat file and they're placing the lights, they're placing the diffusers, placing, you know the ceiling mounted elements. I'm not joking, seriously. Okay, so you can create that kind of scripts. You can create that kind of a scripts, like in a very less time. I mean, to gain this knowledge, for me, it took many years. I'm a very fast learner. Um, but for me, it took almost like, because the reason we don't have resources when I started learning all this, like, been started learning from 2016 to 2019, 2020, we don't have the proper resources. Till 2019, we don't have proper resources. Now we are getting a lot of, opportunities to work on the advanced automation tools. And not only that, the companies have started recognizing the power of an automation, and they have a teams as well. I don't know how many of your companies have a dedicated automation team in your company. Okay, so if you want to be a part of their, the team, start learning and call every one of your team members like, I'm ready to solve your queries. You just come and email me. What is the query? I'll try to help you out. This is the level of extent you will get this by the end of the training. In these 30 days, you can harass me like anything with your questions. I mean, with your doubts. Understand? If you have, I mean, we are 30 to 40 people. So all of you have come, with like 2 questions each. We'll have 60 questions in one day itself. I don't take a training over there. On that day, will completely sit on the Q&A session and will clear those doubts. Until as I clear that out, I don't jump into the concept. Is it clear? So that is the reason we are more successful in this industry. Okay. So there are few people are saying like, why we have to choose you? We found resources on Udemy and LinkedIn Learning, and there are some other platforms. I really don't understand because I do explain one concept for 2 hours. How do they teach you the entire Dynamo in just 2 hours? They're saying that like learn Dynamo in just 1 or 2 hours. It's just 4 hours. How? One concept I can extend it maximum to 4 to 6 hours. That's how, because we have to dive into the roots, dive into the roots completely. Otherwise, I mean, you just like, plucking a flower or, fruit doesn't make you expert. I will teach you the concepts. Do you know one thing? Never explain a single script in our training, but I will see that you will be writing your scripts by your own. That's my intention. Okay. Because if I teach you scripts which are already available on YouTube, why do you have to pay me that expensive that expense, expensive fee for me? Go and learn from YouTube itself. If you are dedicated to learn through through the scripts, this is not a right training for you, because I never explain. I'll show you the examples. I'll show you the examples. If you ask me, Rajesh, can we do this? I'll give you the script in parts, and I'll ask you to, you club it each other. Even your task will be done by you itself. That is extension. That is what I'll take you up to that extent. Understand? Okay. So don't waste your time. Come and join and enjoy, and be forward 2.5 year, 1.5 year, before itself. Like if you started learning now, it's been like you are in 2026, July or August. I'm not joking. I'm seriously. Okay. So you can start applying as experienced candidate. You can show your Dynamo knowledge as an experience. Of course, if you couldn't do, if you have done 10 scripts or 20 scripts, still nothing to panic. You can be applied as a fresher. I mean, or you can be applied as an experienced candidate if the company demands. Understand? Okay. So we have a number of, and most of our students are, they have come through after they realize there is no proper explanations, because the person who made the video, they'll just create a script and they'll lag it for 2 hours. Just a small concept, they'll lag it for 2 hours. Don't, you know, they don't explain why that have to be connected. I mean, if you have seen something like E dot parameters, where there is a bracket, why there is a bracket, you ask me, I'll explain. Can you go and ask that person who made that video? E dot parameters dot storage type. What do you mean by E dot? What is there in the E? What is this ELM? What is this integer Y that is in, single quotations? All of every single syntax part will be explained. Not even a single pinpoint I missed in the training. Understand? So that is a secret success of our training for our academy, and we'll never compromise on in the the quality training ever. Okay, cool. Now, Rajesh, how do I create something with the help of ChatGPT? Can you just give me a small script, any script? I'll show you how to create this. Come on, give me. I'll create it in front of you. Come on. If you have a chance to work to automate something, what will be the first one that you do? Tell me. You have a chance to work on this, then what do you do exactly? Come on. Which script that you generate first? Don't be silent. Come on, come and speak.
Like I wanna automate the placement of the element. Like I have a floor. If I need to place some element on it, so how I need to automate it?
So you want to automate the element, you have to place some elements on the floor.
Yes,
Okay, fine. So I'll ask the same again. I'll ask the same. Act as a Revit Dynamo expert in the professional tone, because the way we are asking is actually not the right way. There are two reasons. If your question is wrong, it will give you the wrong answer. Okay, even though you have a powerful resource with you, but still, if you're asking something wrong, or you don't know how to ask a person, because you went to an ice cream shop and you are asking for something, and he's not getting clearly, he has given you a vanilla, but you have asked for, like, there is an mixed of you, I mean, you're not able to ask clearly, like you need something, uh, a butterscotch. Okay, you're asking, the way you're asking, it's completely different. Then he can't understand, the shopkeeper can't understand that, the seller. Okay, so to make it clear, there are four strict rules you must have to follow. These are called thumb rules. Okay, the first thumb rule, you have to assign the role. And see, there are no rules in this. On this website, you can't find anywhere the other set of rules. Like the Revit Dynamo expert and professional tone and style. I want you to teach me, like explain me, like in the technical or detail style, or else if you want to learn something, instructional or tutorial style. Okay, for now, if I need a detailed thing, generate what I exactly need. I want to place an element. I want to place some, I want to place some, an element in the mid of flow in every single row. Okay, or some corner, like let's say, for example, if it is a floor drain or something. Okay, I just want to,
yes, it's
in
a
the,
floor strip.
yeah,
Like it's
corner,
need a space
in
on
the,
every edge of the floor.
in the corner, I mean the bottom corner, something like side corner, or flat corner on the floor, every single row. The element is actually a floor drain. Okay, now you have to give a detailed instructions, like I'm a beginner in Dynamo. I want you to explain, to write the code in step-by-step procedure. Okay, and list out all the nodes first, which I supposed to place on the canvas. To finish this, to finish this, finish the script. Okay, and then I want you to explain from and to connections. From and to connections to connect the nodes. Okay, so this is the way these are my actual instructions, additional instructions. Okay, but if you are not a beginner, okay, so I'll ask again, don't miss any single instruction. Don't miss any single instruction, and write it in a bullet style or something. It will consider it as a bullet style only. Okay. Now I'll just simply copy and I type that here, because after copying, we have added some sort of an LM, a thing added in it. So when I just click on play within now, it started giving you what do you exactly need, or the list of notes you will be needed. If you ask the same thing in okay in um In ChatGPT, in your the general ChatGPT, it will not give you this. It will not give you that. Okay. So you have a source. For example, if you buy uh, a, a robotic toy, which comes with a lot of instructions to be fixed, like I mean, like a instruction manual. And if you know, and if you don't understand how to fix it, how to attach the parts of it, then you can't fix it off. Then you can't fix it. Okay. At the same time, you have a very valuable resource now. It's a document, and it's clearly instructing you to what you do that. But if you don't understand what is, then you can't. So if you ask a question clearly, I mean, this is your client, this is your subordinate, requirement. The person who sit next to you, he asked you, Mr. Who asked this question? Who asked this?
Yes, your colleagues or your juniors. Oh,
No, no. What's your name?
yeah, says no.
What's your name? Sismo. So they're asking like Sismo, can we do this? Can we do this? So then he just come and simply ask, he just drafted correct prompt, and then he asked the chat GPT, and it will give you the instructions. Now it won't take less than 5 minutes. So now let me place all the modes. Control C. I will place it in Dynamo. I'll place that in Dynamo. See now in a code block, just copy here. Categories up. So Control X, categories, all elements of category. Control X, all elements of category. See, anyways, it will always show you in a flow. So just create in a flow itself. Element dot get parameter value by name. I think we have played today. Not this one. This is a link element. Try this. And room dot finish boundary. Control X, control room dot finish boundary. Curve dot pointed parameter. Are you facing any challenges finding a node now? Huh? Come on.
No, no.
Point dot add. Point dot add a um, point dot add. Okay. We'll see what is the actual concern over there. I mean, what do you we'll see that. Point dot add. Family type dot by family name. Control X. Family type dot by name. Both are same. Okay. So family instance dot by point. Control X. Family instance dot by point. List dot first item. String dot contains. List filter by boolean mask. And boolean. Actually, we have a point dot add also. Why I don't see that? I don't know. We have a boolean point dot add. Since I see the class in here, dot add. In the Revit or else in geometry, we have a point dot add. Yes. Okay, see, this is how it will be. Even we have sometimes we have resources, still we can't find it. Will take some time to find out. So We have all the script ready. How long it has taken for me to place all the notes? Come on. How long?
2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes, no? Now let's try to understand. So place the categories and set it to the rooms. Is it? Okay. Categories, no. And it is asking me to set the room. Okay. And all elements of category node. What do you want me to do that? So connect the categories node to the all elements of category node. Okay. This will fetch all the room elements in the model. Oh, I don't have any rooms now. Should I create one? I'll create. Let's create one. Okay. This is one. For example, let's consider. Do I have a copy? Okay. Okay. I just turned off those. Now I have a wall. I'll use it outside. Okay. Uh, I have rooms now. So it's giving me there are total 2 rooms. Okay. Fine. I'll just connect the elements to element and the parameter name. What is the parameter name I supposed to type? Element, connect all the elements to the get parameter value name. Input a string node attached to this value, a name of each room. Okay. So I'll add the string node to get the room name. What was that asking? Okay, all elements of category to this room dot finish boundary, and it's giving me the start boundaries. Do you see that? I got the boundaries now. I got the boundaries now. So what it is actually saying, like element or get parameter value by name after the name. So I have connected from all the elements of category to room dot finish boundary to get this boundary length of each room. Connect room dot finish boundary to curve dot pointed parameter. Curve dot pointed parameter. So curve to this. So this is giving me something like this. And point dot add. So what is it? So use a code block with 0.5. Use a code block and type 0.5. Is it? Code block 0.5. And then this gives the midpoint of each boundary curve. Each boundary curve. Do you see that now? For each boundary curve, I got like 0.5 in the mid curve. Okay. So then connect to the parameter input to the curve pointed parameter connected. And then what do you want me to do? Point or add no to slightly offset the drain point with the contour user vector mode or XY inputs. point dot. So it is asking me to connect the point, and we have to connect the vector. Yo, we got stuck here. Actually, vectors is another process where we play with the directions. Okay, in which direction you want me to play with. So vector dot by coordinates, vector dot by coordinates, in which direction I want this. In which direction? If I see a slider, integer slider, I will just set like 0 point, maximum value will be like 1, 0.1, 1, 0.1. Oh, there's an integer slider. I have to play with the number slider with 0.1. If this is enough, we'll be okay. Like in y direction. See, do you see the point which is moving? Well, if I set value 10, say this, it's moving in the y direction, not exactly. I need it in the x direction. I'll change the direction to this. See, that's moving in x direction towards. Are you clear? And at the same time, I need it in y direction as well. I need it in y direction. I'll just move this accordingly to the y direction, and I will change the y direction now. So did I reach the extended point or no? Still, if I say that 12 or something, I say the corner points. And this is a lengthy process, but we have a shortcut strategies as well. This is called traditional process, the way they are explained. Now we'll find the particular points. We'll find the particular points and we'll ignore all the points. We'll just pick only one point. Or else we have another style of, writing. Let's say point at it. We have another style of doing all this. Like if I don't want to play with all this. So if I have polycurve dot by lines, polycurve by curves, I have a curves now. So I have converted all the 4 lines into a single line now. That's called polyline. We'll call as a polycurve. And after converting this into the 2 different curves, let's say, see, this is how you are going to learn in this. For example, you have a resource and it has helped you to reach with 30% in the initial stage. And if you know how to fix it, I mean, if it is not the right way, or else if you have another plan, because some of us like have a starting issue. So you don't know way to start. But once it is started, you will be connecting the right nodes to it. So some of us have the same problem. Even sometimes I do have the same problem, even though I'm an experienced person, because I don't know where to start. Okay, so let's start flatten. So once I have this, I'll use surface dot by patch or something. Surface dot by patch. I'll convert that into the closed curve. Now I have a curve and surface dot pointed parameter. That's a pointed parameter. Pointed parameter and connect this to this, and you will have to decide. See, I have a point here, so I'll say like 0.1 on the right and 0.1 like this. So I need a flow drain here. I have a points now. I don't want to do anything. So I will be placing a family instance at this family types. If you have family types, if you have a flow drain, you can simply connect that flow drain and connect this to it. For example, if I have any other element, I'll just show you. We don't have anything heat recovery unit. See, it has placed the two heat recovery units, HRUs. Do you see that now? Since like we don't have a flow drain, we have placed some heat recovery units. Is that clear, Mr.
Yes, yes.
Sismo? So it's
Yes.
very simple with the help of chat GPT. But what if like you got stuck here, right? You got stuck here. So if you want to change this accordingly, now you can ask that I have a floor boundaries, right? You can ask
So
a chat
yes,
GPT.
rather than of
Hmm.
asking types, room types, or I can just simply select the surface of the floor and place the component.
You can simple. You can place that too. Okay. So you have to keep on asking, like if you have a result, I mean, where you got stuck, crowded pointed parameter. So here you can ask that clearly. Can we change this? Can we change this at, from the fifth point? Change the script from the fifth point. Fifth point, the crowded pointed parameter. Crowded pointed parameter. You can ask this clearly. I want you to try the style. Getting the lines, convert that polyline, like or polycurve, and convert that into surface, and then get the corner points, corner point, corner points of a floor. Okay, then place the element. Okay, then I'll just copy. I paste and hit enter. Now from the fifth point itself, it's going to change. See, it started playing now. Polycurve dot by joint curves, the same one which I used here. Guys, do
Yes,
you see
yes,
that now? Do you
yes,
see that now? So, I mean, if you know the way, if you know the process, but you don't know how to proceed further, you can simply you do that. It's not my script, and Sismo, you're not my friend, right? But
yes,
if you're asking a proper, the way you ask, most of our students are like, these are the charts every day. Like we keep on deleting a lot of charts because of the website, which is like overloading. Okay. Otherwise, would have a lot of thousands of charts. Okay. Every student. I mean, if you, at least if you cannot afford a course training fee or something, the most of the people learn from this, BIM. Okay. So in the initial stage. But if you want to learn very in a professional way, see surface, I mean, polycurve dot by joint curves. I've placed it and I connected like, the lines, which is coming from the room finish boundary. And then surface dot by patch I used, surface dot point parameter I placed, and point dot added, and family dot by family name, and family instance dot by point, and I've connected all this. Done. Clear now?
yes,
Is
yes,
this clear? So this is how we can create a multiple scripts within no time. And you just share it on your LinkedIn and keep on sharing. Keep on sharing. Let the companies know that there is a guy who is doing very tremendous work, and let him pay whatever on his cost. No problem. Let him bring into the board. Do you understand? So this is what actually the industries are doing now. To be frank, I haven't applied for any job. Most of the jobs which They offered me through the LinkedIn only. The LinkedIn is the best platform. You no need to, worry about, all this kind of, what do you say that applying, taking a Naukri, uh, you know, connections. Just give me a minute. Okay, you don't need to take collaborations. Okay, this is like a virtual assistant. Will help you in most of the cases, and by the end of a training, you will be able to completely change everything with our standards, and you will come to know even how to change this as well. The entire thing. Is that clear?
Yes, yes,
Clear, everyone?
yes.
I hope you
Yes,
enjoyed
sir.
this example, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, hi. Tell me.
Hi, yes, sir. Hi, sir. I would like to model a shattering of the structural member, and I would like to take off the area of that shattering. Is this possible using the script?
Yeah, area. Like you want to get the area
But
of what?
there are some conditions, like when we take off the surface area of column, we don't need a top surface and bottom surface. We just need all four sides. And if there is a slab, we need only bottom surface area. And if there is a beam, we need only three sides of beam, not a top side. So these are the conditions.
We don't have a flows, huh? Let me show you. How simple is
Oh,
this? Do you want me to start GPT or shall we do it here? Uh,
any process.
okay, so I'll just create a floor. So I have a floor now, right? So I have a floor now. I'm asking I have a floor. Let me turn off all this geometry and freeze that too. So I have an element. I have an element and I'll ask geometry. Can you please get me the geometry of the element? Okay. So element or geometry. I have floor now. I have a solid. See, I have a solid. And now I have to see generally, how do we do that? I mean, if you have a solid object in AutoCAD, we'll call it a geometry.explode. Correct? Correct?
Yes, yes.
Huh? So here
Explode
also we have a
geometry.
geometry dot explode. We have explode. We have an option called explode. So when I explode this, what happens? It's giving me total 6 surfaces. Correct. So
Okay.
flatten, because I don't want to say this in a list. It's just a reference node because if I don't want to see these lines and which is clumsy, I don't want to. And if I have a surface and I'm asking, I just want to filter based on the area. So I'll ask very clearly, I have a surface, can you get me the area of it? Find. If you can't find, then keep on changing the way of asking. Okay. I'll explain you all this, all the 5 different strategies. Okay, to get it. Where are you? Come on. Surface dot. If I can't find here, I'll get it here. Guys, am I making you feel bored?
No.
No, no.
Surface dot area. So I have a area information now. And which is the highest one here, which is like 2801 and 2007, 2800.
So
Both are
71.
top and
top
bottom.
and bottom.
Now I will be using like one, greater than symbol, and I want to filter those 2 areas. Like which is greater than generally check which is the maximum difference. You have to do some sort of a calculations for to get the difference, and you can convert that to the difference. Now I'm asking if it is bigger than 1000, bigger than 1000, it will give you the true or false values. What do I do? Filter by Boolean mask, filter by Boolean mask. I'll connect this to this, and I'll connect the list to the surface. I got this to area surface areas now. I'll get these two areas. So I have 2871 and 2871. Now, if I want to add a list dot, I'm sorry, math dot summa, I think this one. So this is the total area of the floor, your entire building. If you have a number of floors, same process. Is it clear now?
Okay.
Is this clear? Same, simple.
Yes.
So if you have a
Yeah.
logic, or else, for example, I just want to do that the same with the help of ChatGPT. Let me check. I mean, will give any other solution. I want to get the flows first, and this is called, there is a concept called, I forgot now, thought of trees. There is a concept called thought of tree. So what do you mean by thought of tree? Uh, in AI, there is a concept, activity. So this concept, I need an images, buddy. Needed images. See, you have to give that very clearly. I mean, you know what to do exactly, but you don't know how to do that. So this process will be called as a like tree of thoughts, thoughts of tree or something, anything. Okay. So I'll change that here. First get the flows and extract the surface information. Get the top, bottom area of every floor. Okay. And finally, calculate the actual um, to be painted or something, to be painted. Okay. So I just copy this and I paste here. You have to copy these instructions. Okay. Don't forget these instructions to be, these are additional instructions. Since you're a beginner, right, you must have to ask this. Okay. Now let's see how it's going to give you. First category is all elements of category, element dot geometry, solid dot area, code block, math dot sum, watch. Clear now?
Yes.
Same, the same process. So here, like solid dot area, I use twice because if I have a more solid areas, I mean, the first one I will get it for like the top face, and the second one I'll get it for the bottom one. Simple. Is this clear?
Yes.
Simple. That's it. Okay. So this is another style of 80% it's same except the solid dot area. Simple. So, I mean, if you ask the same in your, like, if you have a ChatGPT account and if you ask it, it will not give you the accurate results. Understand? So we have struggled a lot to develop this application. Okay. And no, I mean, for our students, actually, you are getting it for very cheaper cost. Otherwise, it's 20,000 per year. But if you are a student, it's, I mean, you are getting for 5,000 for, per 1 year. Understand? Okay. Because you are already, getting trained from us. So that's some sort of a relaxedness. Simple. Okay. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed this, the day one workshop. I mean, this is just to explain. And someone texted me, I don't remember his name. Did he join this 2 days?
I was
Someone.
texting you. In the afternoon or morning, I was joined the session, Kobe
Ah,
workshop.
not only you, Omkar, you also.
Yeah.
And there is a one more person. I know him personally, like from so long, but he is not here. I know. Anyways, ignore. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the day one workshop, isn't it? Did I make you feel bored? No? No, right? Come on.
No, sir.
No,
No, no.
no, no.
Great. Thank you. So tomorrow we have another workshop which we will cover, the main concepts why the people are actually not looking into this Dynamo, because I'm going to explain you the real challenges in swe.co/curriculum, swe.co/curriculum. So I'm going to explain each and every single topic in this. What is the use case? What is the use of it? What is the use of this? Okay, I mean, why do you have to learn this about properties panel? What do you mean the execution bar? So what is the custom node and what is the zero touch node and what is the importance of? So tomorrow I'm going to explain this entire curriculum and why and how we design this. Not this is not a marketing strategy or business strategy, like showing a lot of topics and not like that. To be frank, we have more to be discussed than the course outline. I have eliminated most of the content because of few people are exactly copying my content. Okay, and they're showing it's their own content. Like, okay, so a few guys have tried to create a course also. We have climbed and they paid around like 52 lakhs something because it's a copyrighted content. They can't copy at least one single topic because all of them are like my own, my own, imaginary content. All of them are, understand? So they can't. Okay. Well, so don't miss tomorrow. So when if you enjoy today, you will enjoy the tomorrow also. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, we are closing the registrations. If you are interested to join, then here is the link. Let me text in the chat box. Okay. Send w.link/dynamo. Someone asked me create a script to make a curved beam for you. It's already over, Varun. We'll see that tomorrow, Varun. Okay. Just remind me tomorrow. I'll do that. Okay. I'll show you how do we create this. Clear?
Yes.
Clear, Varun? It's very simple stuff. You can easily create it. Like since we have time, let me show you. Okay. Do you guys have time? Huh? Or it's late? I mean, people can leave. Like if um, like it's a phase. Okay. See, first I should stop the preview, right? Right, geometry preview. Yep. So control B. Hey, what are you doing? Okay. Now I have, let's see, I have something like uh, point out by coordinates. I'll just do it quickly. Point out by coordinates. I have one. Control C, Control V. I'd like to get this on another point. And 30. That's actually people keep on saying like is the dynamo for like art people, because I see more examples in architecture only, but where I didn't see anywhere with the mechanical examples. No, it's not like that. Automation is common for everyone. Okay, there is no strict discipline that this is only these people are going to be benefited. Not like, okay, come out of that mind. Automation is for everyone. It's a 50. Connect to the X, and I need a Y also. I'm sorry, I need a Z also. Okay, I have some count out. Now go dot by point. Let's go dot by point. Now let's go dot by points. Okay, so I have Don't ask me what exactly. I mean, if I ask GPT, it'll give me the same result. Okay, so first it will ask you to create like a 3 points, and if you need more, like translate geometry dot translate. Um, geometry dot I need in y direction I need 0 to 15 with step of 5. I mean I'll get like 10 or around something, correct? So I'll get like 10. I mean you can change the shape like as you need. You can change the shape. You can change the shape as you need. And these are the new shapes now. And I want to use this as a reference to convert this into structural framing types. Oh my goodness. Since these are MEP, we don't have actually. Okay, let's say beam by curve, beam by curve. So I will be connecting all the curves to this and I'll decide and assign a level. I want you to place this at L1 block 35 and connect this to this. If you have any structural framing type, we'll simply connect this to this. Clear? Varun? Varun, you there? So I can convert into this curve builds. Clear, Varun? You there? You left. You are not. Oh, you're not here. Okay. Anyways, that's fine.
But
Varun
he's
has left. Yeah, yeah. Varun has left. Okay, fine. I thought he's here. Okay. Well, so I mean, we have a solution for like most of the most of the our daily routine like tagging I mean the documentation part, coordination part, modeling part, or any drafting part, or we have a lot of solution. Okay, but we'll see tomorrow how it will be. Okay, clear everyone? Day one, this is, come on, you understand? 16,
yes, yes, I understand.
16 flash. Dynamo. Let's say Feb 25. Okay, Feb 25. Okay, cool. So see you and good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. If you're
Yes.
interested, let me know. The way, I mean, if you enjoyed this today's session, you will be learning, in the same style. Okay. Same style. And you will never feel bored when I teach you, you'll never feel bored. Okay. Perfect. So good night, everyone. Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man. Where is this A companion? Show meeting. A companion. Subindo, you there?
Yes, sir.
Do I know you before Subindo? You there who
No,
worked
no.
in Qatar? Is that is
I'm
that
in Saudi Arabia, sir.
oh, okay, fine. I know one Subindo who works with me, who worked with me with on in Mainhand. I thought
Okay, okay.
it's you. His name is also exactly Subindo De.
Oh, sir. Okay, okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
attending,
you.
Mary. Okay, yeah, bye. Good night. Mm.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, tell me.
Yeah, Rajesh, you are conducting only online programs or like offline also is available?
We are only into the online for now.
Yeah.
Why?
No, no, just asked.
No, we don't have offline. It's
Yeah.
only online for now.
Right. How much is the cost for the entire class for this Dynamo?
25,000.
25,000. Okay. How long? Like how many months it will?
Sorry, it's 1 month training program.
Okay.
It's 1 month training program.
Okay. In that 1 month, every day classes will be
We
like
have
this
a
only. Like
session. Every day we have a session, like 5 days a week.
okay.
5 days a week. So Saturday and Sunday will be off. And we'll share the recorded videos as well. I mean, in case if you miss any sessions, you can, you know, join. Okay. Cool, I'm done. Good night. Bye bye.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye bye. Raja. Good night, Raja. Bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah.